Don't you just love City Skylines? I mean, whenever you are done and you're looking at what you did, then this one guy comes around and you go, what the? Hello peeps, Drakken here. Welcome back to the 17th episode of our City Skylines Let's Play series. Last episode I tried preparing the industry area for an upcoming expansion. This episode it is again time to fix the city because I noticed multiple things which need our attention and we are going through the list from annoyances to real problems, shall we? After last episode I noticed, man, you really should do something about that harbor. Because I don't want tourists to drive through the industry area, we have to take those off of our infrastructure to ease the traffic here a bit. Right now, they are mostly using this metro station, but because of them, I have to budget that line with 152% to have enough trains on those tracks. I wonder why not make this a really nice place to enjoy and connect it with multiple different forms of public transportation, but prevent them from driving here. For example, using our monorail. Tourists love monorail. This goes all along our pedestrian stretch, being the city's shopping mall, already featuring some unique buildings along the way. If we could bring that down there, we even could try to put the sea fortress next to the harbor and make it a real point of interest. Right now this is going like to the left here and then kind of connect to this outside rail connection because I needed one to get tourists off the highway. But what we could do, we could like lead that all the way down here, also pull that rain station like over there-ish and then have a connection there. And then we could take a turn, go over there, through the area we did in the last episode, kind of, and then have to deal with the elevation, but somehow come out over here and like go through the industry area without taking up too much space, and then somehow we have to deal with elevation here again, and then come down here, and from here over there, and there we are. Right? Sounds easy, right? Yeah. Let's do that. Since the building music is still going, I'd like to do something we should have done for a long time, which is building our prison to get our inmates back into society. Okay guys, now kind of a sad topic, at least for me, because we have to get rid of the Realtime mod, as it prevents the campus areas from finishing their academic years. And I'm really looking forward to getting the new faculties because, you know, awesome citywide boni I really want to have. This is a really sad topic for me, for I really love the better simulation the Realtime mod provides, but as long as it is installed, the timer for the end of the academic year would just reset and that's it. But back on today's topic, so I prettified the prison a little bit and then noticed that I caused kind of a big flooding over there. Okay, but yeah, the city needs fixing, so let's get on with those. By moving the train station, we severed the electricity to the ore area. Okay, fixed. Our new train station cannot be accessed via car or foot. Kind of as intended, because I wanted them to not use their cars, but forgot about giving them public transportation. Actually, I'd say let them have their cars here, for this station is temporary anyway. But let's as well give them a foot pass over to the monorail. By the way, they would have access to one of the biggest metro lines going through the city here as well. Here we have a bus line with bendy buses, but this is just such a small bus station, so traffic is going to be blocked behind the bus while it transfers passengers. By just looking at it, I noticed that there is a note in between making this a really short stop. So let's fix that, and this line does not need bendy buses anyway. And we definitely need a higher throughput on this junction. Diverge before you converge should do the trick. Okay, that probably is going to fix itself now. Then also I did a logical error in the last episode because I did not account for trucks coming from the industry extraction areas wanting to do delivery straight to the processing areas. So we are right now forcing them to go through the storage area, and I think they could want a bypass. Now we are entering worrying issues as our industry is not flowing as I wish yet. So to prevent further complications, we need to fix this. I identified 3 spots which are causing trouble. First, the flow out of the industry area to the highway and towards the cargo train station are not always separate. So to increase traffic flow, here we can simply upgrade these streets to 2 lanes, one for each destination. Okay, listen, regarding lanes, more are not always better. The reason this works here is because it is 2 different directions the traffic wants to go to. So 2 lanes, one for each destination is ideal. Do not fall into the trap of I am building only with 6-lane roads, so I have better traffic, because if all those lanes are leading to the same destination, you are just paying for 5 unused lanes because all the traffic is going to wait in line for the 1 lane they believe leads where they want to go to fastest. Observe closely when I do the next hotspot. The second troublemaker is the entry into the area. Here we need to diverge further. Here I want to start separating the traffic regarding direction on these inbound tracks towards the junction. We separate them by either you want to go to the left or the right side of the industry area. And then at the junction we switch to 3 lanes. Make all those nodes telling traffic to stay in lane. The one which want to go to the left are merged on the left lane. By the others we can again diverge regarding their destination again. Either they really want to visit the cargo station or they want to go further to the right. So now we make the station getting its dedicated lane, the middle one. And the traffic that wants to go to the far right of the industry area gets the right lane. Okay, we still need to merge the middle lane with the traffic coming from this road. Not all the trucks coming from there might want to visit the station. Some of them would like to go further to the right part of the area. So let us not force them and allow those 2 lanes also going straight by merging into this 1 lane. Most of the traffic will go towards the station, so this merge should not cause too much congestion. Now on the next node they might even want to go further straight. Let's allow that as well, as most likely we are just dealing with a fraction of the initial traffic load at this point compared to the 2 lanes which were entering the industry area. We are at 76% traffic flow, but I want to keep the game paused until we are done with all the fixes. This is our third spot. Traffic leaving the station is often blocked, and that thing as a possible return route to the warehouses is way underutilized. There is very little but frequent traffic that wants to go to the right here, which is really disturbing the traffic which wants to get on the road to the left. So how about we give the traffic to the right its separate lane and better turn the existing streets into one-ways leading left. I actually would like to start this lane here, because if we turn those into one-way streets, the trucks from here would have no chance of going to the left. We are then leading the traffic on this street all the way to the right, and from this junction we reconnect this, which will also help a lot, as now everyone has access to the shortcut back into the warehouse districts, and thus I expect far less trucks at the end of the industry area, which also helps a lot with the the traffic merge in from down from the harbour and the raw research storage area. Alright, I just added a new entry point to this part of the industry area, which originates from the same highway as that tunnel, just because I didn't want to force the trucks having to drive through this warehouse district and to please my sense of order. And then our final issue, our cargo train network. This is not like an issue yet, and it is more of a potential catastrophe, because if trains get stuck, the effect would be disastrous within a few minutes of playtime. The thing is, our trains right now are blocking the main line when they are waiting to go inside some of the stations. What happens next is that the main line seems to be blocked, meaning the other train stations earlier in the chain receive more traffic, which then spawns lots of trucks, but all at the wrong location, which are then going to clog up the entire city very quickly. By the way, Ötti left a comment last episode about separating the internal train network from the outside connections. This is a sketch of the network. The dotted lines are outbound one-way connections, and as all cargo train stations are terminal stations, there is no way a train from the outside could make its way into the city. From the outside they could only import everything, but would only be able to send them to the train stations within the industry area. But Drakken is a self-sufficient city, so it only does exports. So all the goods for our commercial zones we produce ourselves. So the plan of action is to increase the distance before connecting to the main line in order to make one train fit on these extra tracks. A train is about 20 units long, so the ideal length of such a track is 22 units, or 1320 simoleons when placed on the surface, 2640 when placed as elevated, or 7920 when placed underground. Don't go underground if you don't really have to. Think of sunkens first. I'm going to make sure that from the station the track kinda joins the main track within 22 or slightly more units distance. Same goes for junctions. You also want them to have about this length or slightly more. Trains will progress on train tracks until a segment in front of them is blocked by another train, meaning as long as a single wagon is standing on the segment behind the node, that segment is not free to enter. Okay, done. Let's have a look how this plays out. So see what I did here? By giving each lane a specific destination, they will use all 3 lanes. Eventually, if we are lucky, to pretty much equal percentages. That would be an ideal case. But even if not, just getting 10% of the traffic off one lane because of leading them elsewhere could already help a lot, easing the load on that lane compared to it having to deal with 100% of the traffic. When watching busy lanes, always try to figure out patterns like, okay, what would those trucks I looked at have in common that the others do not share? It was pretty easy here. Some want to go to the station, other deeper into the area. If you liked the video or find it informative, I'd really appreciate if you'd leave a like, because it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you have any question, then please leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.